Do RGB and CMYK make you think, WTF? They sound like alphabet soup, but they're actually an important part of the design process. By the way, please spare a thought for your friendly video host, who'll have to spend the next few minutes trying to say RGB and CMYK over and over again without getting a stress headache. So these letters mostly stand for colours, and they represent different modes for mixing colour in graphic design. Typically, RGB is used in digital design, while CMYK is used for print. In this video, we'll learn more about these colour modes and why you need to know them. So let's get into it. The notorious RGB. What is it, you ask? RGB stands for red, green, and blue. Artists and scientists experimented with RGB in early colour photography, then later in colour television and computers. Today, RGB is the colour mode to use if your design will be displayed on any kind of screen. If you take a very close look at your colour screen, you can actually see the colour split. That's because the light source within a device, like a computer or a phone, is part of the process that creates the colour, and it can change the intensity of each red, green, and blue value. Designers can control things like saturation, vibrancy, and shading by modifying any of these three source colours. And because it's done digitally, the designer can also manipulate the light on the screen to create the colour that they want. Now you know what RGB is, but when do you use it? You'll need this colour mode when your design project involves web and app design, social media posts, online branding, and other visual content like this video you're watching. The best file formats for RGB are JPEG, Photoshop files, PNG, or everybody's absolute favourite, the GIF. What about CMYK? The acronym stands for the ink plates used in colour printing, which are cyan, magenta, yellow, and key. A CMYK printer layers tiny dots of these four colours in varying sizes to create an image. These dots are called halftones, and if you take a magnifying glass to a CMYK print, it would look like this. Fun fact, because CMYK requires the base paper to be white, CMYK printers don't actually print white ink, so white is just no ink. This stuff can get pretty complicated and technical, but if you do want to learn more, like how to change your colour mode settings, click the link in the description box below. So, when would you use CMYK instead of RGB? CMYK is for any design that will be physically printed, i.e. not viewed on a screen, because that's how you get the most accurate results. Turn to CMYK if your project involves branding, advertising, merchandise, or any other physical materials. The best file formats for CMYK are PDFs, Illustrator files, or EPS. Alright, I'm gonna go take a much needed acronym-induced lie down, what's also known as an MAILD. It was all worth it though, because now you know a little bit more about how colour modes work, you can help make sure that your design turns out exactly the way that you envisioned. Basically, all you need to remember is RGB is for digital design and CMYK is for printed design. But if all this colour mixing info is turning your brain to mush and you want to be sure that you'll get picture perfect colours every time, it's best to hire a professional designer. 99 Designs by Vista can help with that, by the way. So remember, choosing the right colour mode is how you keep your design's true colours shining through. See you later, Kay.